We've been in e-commerce for about 10 years, give or take. These mistakes that we're going to go through have bled us dry like there is no tomorrow. Make them or avoid them, totally your choice.
So in this video, we're going to go through 5 of the biggest mistakes that we've made that have bled us dry. The first one
is trying to be everything to everyone.
Everything to everyone.
Yeah, guys,
guilty,
so guilty. Guys, earlier in our e-commerce journey, we met up with one of these. He wasn't really our mentor, but we had a mentoring session with him. He was a speaker in one of these e-commerce conferences, and he was really good at selling watches. And remember, he told us, like, when you're putting content out there and trying to sell these watches, you have to be really specific who this watch is for.
Yes.
Like, is it for this type of person who wears this type of clothes, or another person, or is it, you know, an older person, a woman, you know, like all of these different, what we call now, avatars. But at the time, we made the huge mistake of not wanting to miss out on these sales.
Yes.
Because this is what we are like always worried about when people are starting out, like, oh, but I don't want to miss out on it, because what if this one person that I'm gonna get locked in on is not the right one?
There's some fear of choosing the wrong avatar.
Yeah.
Like, oh, if I just focus on these people, all of those people over there, that could be my perfect avatar, but I'm not sure, so I'll cut those ones off, but
And as a result, guys, because we didn't want to miss out on them, on those ones, we missed out on everyone.
Yeah, when you try to be everything to everyone, you end up being
nothing to no one.
Yeah, nothing to no one.
And so for 18 months, we struggled with that until it was obvious that you gotta niche down.
It's hard to cut through the noise if it's like a general message for everyone, because there's no polarization. You're not like pushing anyone away. You need to do
guys,
that.
riches are the niches. Do it or don't.
Up to you.
Totally up to you.
But by us not doing it, bled us a chunk of money.
A lot of money.
It was painful.
Yeah.
Great. All right, let's move on to the next one. Another one, very guilty, very
guilty, guys. And that's why we're so big advocates of not doing that.
Yeah.
And the giant mistake is relying on paid ads only.
Yeah, just 100% dependency on paid ads, and then ouch, when it stops working.
Ouch. Guys, because paid ads are great when they work, okay?
It's like rocket fuel.
But it's pay to play.
Yeah.
And you don't pay, you don't play.
Yeah.
And if you don't invest time into long-term brand building as to what your brand is and your essentially organic content and building it out and really making connection with people, then if the algorithm changes, which happened to us about 5 years ago when the algorithm changed, and it suddenly all the traffic got turned off from one day to another.
It's kind of like, I mentioned the rocket fuel because like you launch a rocket into space and it keeps taking off while there's fuel. But once the fuel stops in the rocket, what happens to the rocket? Does it like glide back and land nicely on the runway? Or does it kind of like explode or crash down? Right?
I don't know that much about, rockets.
It's not a smooth landing is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I was like, but doesn't it just keep orbiting?
No,
but your business is not just gonna keep orbiting if you run out of rocket fuel. Like it's just gonna ta-ta.
Yeah, and it's not gonna nicely land in the thing that Elon built with the, the thing that catches the rocket. It's
the chopsticks.
The chopsticks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna do that.
It's not gonna do that. So once again, do or don't, but this cost us a lot of money.
Yes.
It's actually gonna be much easier for you to build a long-term brand and really invest into building your organic assets, to building your Instagram, building your Facebook, building your Pinterest. Like, those are long-term assets, building your SEO, really, really important.
We're not saying don't run ads.
No.
Just don't be 100% reliant on it and not do those other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just build a brand.
Amazing.
Oh, and one more thing about that.
Yes.
It was, I think, was it Warren Buffett or Albert Einstein, one of those two guys, said that compounding interest is the 8th wonder of the world, and that's what, guys, building a brand is.
Yeah, or 9th wonder, one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, one of those. So essentially, when you are building your assets, your brand, that really is like compounding interest. It might start small, but it compounds and compounds and compounds and compounds, while paid ads don't do this. They don't compound. You stop playing, you don't play.
Yeah, you stop paying.
You stop paying, you don't play.
Yeah, absolutely. Great, let's move on to the next one, and that's figuring it all out on your own, or thinking that you'll be able to figure it all out on your own. Again, guilty, I've been there.
Yeah, so both of us, and once again, totally up to you, but both of us were quite successful in our corporate careers. we were bringing home a lot of money, and that was not revenue, right?
It's profit, yeah.
It was really profit.
Yeah.
And we foolishly thought when we came into e-commerce that we've got corporate background, we were in tech and marketing, that we were really smart, we're gonna figure this out. Like, what else is there to learn?
University educated.
Like, yeah, I've got a master's degree. What, like, and so many years of experience, like, you know.
We'll teach these young people a thing or two.
Yeah, yeah. We
Those
literally
e-com
thought
bros, yeah.
those e-com bros, yeah. And we don't like the e-com bros, but in general, like, you know, so many, like the next generation who knew how to operate in this online world, and we didn't.
Yeah.
But we thought we were like too smart to figure it out, too cool for school, literally. And so guys, 30 grand later,
$30,000.
$30,000 later, we were like, okay, I guess now we've got the signal that this is not the way. We hired a coach whom we ended up paying another 25 grand.
Over the course of the time that we worked together, not in one day, but yes.
But guess what? You pay attention.
Yes. Those who pay attention.
Yes,
someone
Tony
famous said that.
Yeah.
Tony Robbins, yeah.
And guys, it is so true, because now that we've helped over 1,000 brands, we even have friends who studied an e-commerce business and they were asking us for advice, and we freely gave that advice, and you know, we really want to help them. But guess what? They didn't pay attention.
Yeah.
They didn't implement anything, whilst our customers inside our community pay a lot of money for the same thing that the friend got for free, but the friend got no result.
Yeah.
The friend got literally zero result.
Transformation starts with the transaction. Yeah.
And so we're totally guilty of that. And once again, do or don't.
Yeah.
Totally up to you.
Yeah.
But this totally let us dry.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you need a mentor. Like, I think if you train in other things in the Olympics.
Like if you are an athlete, like even Roger Federer had a mentor.
Yeah.
I mean, Nadal had a trainer.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing this on his own.
I think any professional in any industry usually has some kind of mentor or a coach. So who are we to think that, we didn't need one. Have a different career before? I mean, it's related. What we're doing before is related, but like, it's a different industry.
What were we thinking?
Coming over like, we're smart, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
like,
but
we figured we had a big tuition fee.
Yeah, big tuition fee.
Yeah.
Yeah, those master's degrees, we paid more for that mistake than for those degrees.
Tuition fee. Great. Let's move on to the next one. It's one of my favorite ones.
Yes, Kristen loves this one.
Is having a brand kit or a brand identity kit or a perfect brand. I remember when I first started out of leaving the corporate world, I went and hired a designer and make a beautiful logo and color scheme and palette. Yeah. Should we go with blue because that's trustworthy? Or should we be doing red because it's like passionate? Or should we be doing orange because it's energy? Or should we be doing like, the different...
black because it's sleek, Or
black because it's luxurious and blah, blah, blah. So we spent a lot of effort, energy, thought.
We spent a lot of effort on websites and logos and brand kit for brands and business cards.
Don't forget the business cards.
For brands that actually never seen the light of the day. Okay, so just think about your products, guys. Like at the end, after all of those mistakes that bled us dry, at the end, the first logo that we ended up using, once we realized that actually you have to do marketing first, once we actually started with that marketing, the logo we had for the brand that we ended up going with was just like a Canva logo made 10 minutes for you, right?
Yeah. So don't spend the time on the brand kit.
Please don't.
At the beginning. Just do something simple that works.
Yes, focus on your offer. Just focus on your offer and marketing your offer. Like, that is really, really important.
You can start worrying about the logo and stuff after you've sold your first $10,000 in revenue.
Much more than $10,000. Like,
no, but
we were, I think, $1 million in when we got the actual final rebrand.
I understand, but I'm just saying that like in the beginning, it really doesn't matter at all, right? Especially with AI now, you can make a logo in 10 minutes, but worry about that after you've sold some stuff.
And just to clarify, because the first mistake was just to rely on pendants and don't build a brand. But building a brand, guys, it doesn't mean to build a logo and a pretty website. Like brand is something else. It's like connecting to your customer.
Yeah.
Right. So just to make sure that we're talking about two different things.
Yeah, it's what the brand stands for, who they speak to, who they don't speak to, what they love, what they hate.
Different.
Yeah, how they're different to other brands. Yeah,
exactly.
Cool. Great. Let's move on to the last one, the big one. Well, they're all big. They're all costing a lot of money.
Big.
But the fifth mistake.
A really, really big one.
A big one. And that is spending so much time preparing and worrying about your products and not actually just like launching
And actually marketing it. Yeah.
Pressing publish, getting it live.
Yeah. So
I'm working on my website. It's not ready yet. I need to take perfect photos. It's not ready yet.
So
just launch it.
A couple of months ago, somebody sent us an email and they were like, I need help because I have spent $35,000 getting my website ready in the last 18 months. And now I don't have any money and I've got inventory, a garage full of inventory, and I need help for free to sell my inventory. And I was like, what? I was like, you spent $35,000 on building your website and perfecting your product without actually like selling that? That's just
it's
insane.
Madness.
It's bonkers.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we've made this mistake too. You know, we created a whole product that never seen
the light of day. Yeah.
Another mistake, and similar to this, I spoke to somebody else last week, a lady who also has a lot of inventory, and she was really concerned, really concerned about how she's gonna source another batch of inventory after she sells this one. I said, you haven't sold anything yet. Why are you worrying about that? Right? You need to sell what you've got. You get the money, then you can get more inventory. Like solving the problem that you currently don't have.
Yeah. But that's
my God.
That's a common mistake, I think, of overachievers. People who are like so perfectionist. Like they're thinking ahead, but it's silly because
it's not thinking ahead. It's just like
no, but in their mind.
I know in your mind you think you're thinking ahead, but instead you're just running in circles.
It's something that I've done though in the past. Like I'm not worried about the thing right now because I can solve that today. But how am I going to solve the big problem later?
But she couldn't solve it
but
today.
It's not a problem.
She couldn't sell the products today.
No, but it's a mindset. It's a pattern.
I know. It's a mindset.
Yeah,
it's a mindset. But you know, we made the mistake, and so many others. So once again, up to you. Do or do not. You know?
So the lesson in it though is like just to launch it, get it done.
Just to freaking launch.
We talk about minimum viable product, like MVP, or another way of saying is like launch ugly.
Launch ugly
just
and
get
then
it out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just press publish.
Yeah.
Some people were like, oh, but do I have to do announcement? And how do we go to market strategy? I'm like, guys, you're not a big brand. You are a one-man show who has a website. So how do you launch? You say publish. You know, I press publish and I make a post on Instagram and you're launched.
You create your videos and away you go. Yeah.
Then another question I had recently was like, oh, but if we're going to put up our prices up, like who do we need to tell? I'm like, no one. You just update it inside your Shopify backend and launch. But you know, that's a different kind of story. But yeah, just don't worry about having everything perfect. Just freaking do it. Action takers are money makers. Action takers are money makers, and simple scales, complex fails. So those are some of the mistakes we've made. Do or do not, up to you. And if you want to learn 5 other things that are bleeding your business dry, then check out this next video and we'll see you there. Let's go.